Hello and welcome. I'm just going to do a short video, little discussion on shoulders and stabilisers. So on one of the forums I participate in, I put up a post, I responded to a post and it was something to do with help me with honing and whatnot, and long and short of it, dude had got a razor and they were honing it, but they were honing it into the stabiliser. So what you do when you hone into a stabiliser is you effectively just keep kind of almost lifting the razor up like that. Obviously that's very exaggerated, but that's kind of what you're doing when you're honing into the stabiliser. So I've got some razors of various sort of degrees of, well, kind of problems. So this one, they're called Mr. Carl Victor Hellisland. This is a number 24. They're basically like, well, they're people call them a quarter hollow, but they're effectively a wedge. Like, there is a bit of a hollow there, but there is a hollow on all wedges, isn't there? So, but they're effectively a little tiny wedge. And see the stabiliser there, where I've just done like an initial kind of have a feel, have a look, you know. So if you look at this as well, you've got the most slightest of frowns just there. It's tiny. I'll try and show you it by showing you the sunlight coming through, but it'd be nearly impossible on the film, or at least it feels like it is. So you're just gonna have to trust me. There's a little one just there, and that has been caused by the stabiliser. So you can see, especially on this side, that you're basically hitting the stabiliser. So long and short of it is you've got to get rid of the frown, and you've got to get rid of the stabiliser that's in the way. So I'll try and do this, because I look down when I'm doing this on my Todd. I'm kind of like looking down, but if I do that, my head will probably get in the way. So I'll try and do it in a manner. And just be quite aggressive. When the razor's like that, I use a lot of pressure, and as the razor goes like that, I use less pressure. And if you listen, I won't speak anymore after I've done this little sentence. If you listen, you can tell when you're hitting kind of like the edge, we call it, the bevel. So when you start hearing that sound, you let go of all pressure, and you just basically do it as if like it's almost like a feather touch then, because otherwise you can basically smash the razor. I've done hundreds and I've never cracked a razor yet doing this. I've dropped one. Right, that's somewhere kind of near. So I've basically got rid of the little tiny frown. Let's just have a quick look. Yeah, I think I definitely have got rid of the frown. And what I've done is, you see the stabiliser basically stops there, and that there's the meat on the blade. So you've got sort of 2, 3, maybe even 4 mil now. So you should have plenty. You should have plenty to play with now. Give it a bit more. It don't matter. If you don't know anything about these MK24 blades, they were the most popular blades supposedly in all of the Nordic countries, and for good reason. When you get these set and you get a good fine edge on them, they are like little hair lasers. This is what I call all of these little razors, especially the the number 24s or the MK24s, all the Swedish makes, all of them, Eric Anton, Bird, Solderen, they all had their own version of this razor, and for good reason. Now, brilliant razors, they're just quite dinky, you know. So, but that's basically it. So now that I've chased it, sorry about my grotty hands as well. I've been working all day on razors. You see it? Let's see if we can't. I mean, the stabiliser stops there, and the blade starts there. So there's a gap. You know, and sometimes you'll do this, and it'll sit nice on the stones. Yeah, it sits nice on there now. You know, you have to go right over there to be interfering with the stabiliser. So you've got a good few mil in width and now with leeway near that stabiliser. But sometimes you'll sort out a razor, like I did this nice Bengal, and I sorted it out, I chased it back a bit, created, you know, like, you know, so it'd be hitting the meat of the blade. That side's still okay, there's a tiny little bit there that's a bit of a, not a problem, but you can see it. But then if you look at this side, look, it's been hitting it loads. And it ain't caused me too much of a problem, because you just, you know, you allow for it when you're honing. But it is a pain in the bum. And then this one you definitely will be able to hear. I don't know if you picked it up on the last one, because on the wedge type sort of things, it's not as, like, the sound's not as kind of sort of prevalent. But this, you should be able to hear it when it literally starts changing. And when it starts changing is when you're hitting the very fine edge. So now we chased it back a bit, release more of the blade, the edge. It's still not ideal, so do it a little bit more. You can hear it change sound again. See, there you go, look, we've definitely gone past it again now. So this has been honed up to 2000 without the tape now, so going forward, you know, that'd be pretty good on the stones again. And like I said, it's not too much of a problem. Like the chap that had been honing into the razor, he'd done it in quite a spectacular way in a way. It's, you know, when you're just hitting it like that on one side, it's no problem, because all you got to make sure is you're not hitting it. So whenever you restart your lap, or one half of your lap, you know, look, I'm there, I'm not there, I'm there. And that's what you got to aim for every time. Because if you start going there, it's not, look, it's there. I'm hitting it again just there. Not like I was though. Like I said, it weren't hampering me, but every now and then I was hitting it. And all you do is just get a littler, well, not a littler, but a higher grip, and just tidy it up. See, as soon as you start hitting the actual blade, sound massively changes. You want to make sure there's no little point on the end there, so even if you start going into your actual bevel a bit that you want to be a usable part of the blade, you've got to do it, because you don't want a little pointy bit. And again, that he had what's called a big heel hook. So some people, they'd grind that back until that had completely disappeared, but it's more just an aesthetics thing, because as you can see, that it's sitting flat now. You can see it's sitting flat. I'll just show you some other ones. So that this crop's the same. Let's see, the stabilizer is basically joining what would be the edge, and you know, this has got loads of homeware, so it's not a great razor anyway, but you'd want to chase that back, basically. You know, release that so you can release more meat on the blade. You know, you could turn that into something that was usable. You know, you can pick razors up like that, or multiple sort of selling sites for next to nothing. And this is the same, so this is before, like just one of my old razors that I've chucked in a drawer. See, I used to just put tape straight away and then have a look on the stones, see what was what on the edge, which is a good way of doing it as well. But now I don't even bother doing that because I don't need to. You just don't need to do it. You get your eye in straight away when you've been honing for a long time. But look, it's hitting it, you know. So again, I'm not going to do the whole one because it would be there a while, but you get the picture. See, I've took a little bit off, but you need to basically take that right off another few mil to release more of the blade. Let's have a look, another few, and then you get ones like this. And to me, this is just an awful looking razor. It's like it might shave well, I don't know. Can't even really see who's made it. Is it YS Co Limited? Sheffield made it, says. But it's just awful. Look at the stabiliser on that. It's like, I don't even really understand it. There's a little bit of a frown there as well. That's not the razor manufacturer's fault, but it kind of is, because the way they've set up this stabiliser. I don't know if you can see that. There we go, we'll try a different angle. I think you might be able to see it if there's any way of screen grabbing and zooming in. But look, it's clearly got a big gap, it's like a mil gap. So even when you think you're away from it, you're not. There's like, you know, there's a micron, you could slip a micron piece of paper under there or something. It's the same the other side, it's just awful. You know what I mean, you'd be there like 5 minutes. So you might as well just chuck this in the bin. Well, in my case, I'll take the scales off. But I just have no time for a razor like that, really. I just don't get it. I don't get why they manufactured it like that. Yeah, so it's completely off that side and mostly off that side. So that's it, really. It's all it really means. You're basically chasing the stabiliser back or in, whatever way you want to look at it. You're chasing the stabiliser in to release some more meat on the blade. So you've got a chase. So like for instance this one, ideally you'd want to be like that. And as you can see, it's quite a bit of metal to remove on that, really. Could even be a Dremel job if you're that way inclined. Alright, little video on stabilising the shoulders. See you later.